wildly accurate for this morning. So I just got back from walking Lani to work and getting a drink. I'm actually off the coffee at the moment, so I'm having matcha instead. It's actually quite nice, but I'm definitely feeling not having the coffee. It's only been a day, but it's, yeah, not great. Today I'm going to be doing some work, some contracting work. So I'm going to jump on a stand-up we've got today. We started a sprint yesterday for a client. So I'm going to be jumping into that today to start off with. And then I'll also be I need to look at my calendar and sort of set my calendar for the week. I've actually gone back to just using Apple Calendar reminders and notes rather than loads of different productivity things. I think there's a lot of these productivity apps and things like that that actually are unproductive. You get so wrapped up in organizing and kind of don't do, I found out I did at least. So good old notebook at the moment. I kind of start my day planning that out, and then I'll put it in my calendar and block my time off and also set reminders and make notes. I'm still using Millernote because that's pretty good for just like mind mapping things. And I've got loads of stuff in there, so that's good. So yeah, I'm gonna make a cup of tea and gonna jump into some work for a bit. Depends on their data models and hence how they want their data displayed. Okay, so we just finished our stand-up, which is general catch up on where we're all at with work and how everything's going. I'm really enjoying contracting at the moment for just working with an agency, which is really cool. It's nice being freelance, but it's also nice to still work with a regular group of people who are all really awesome. So yeah, really enjoying that so far. So I'm just gonna make some breakfast because I haven't eaten yet and it is 10:30. Yeah, I tend to start work fairly early, but then either fairly early and then finish earlier, or I start a bit later and then finish a bit later as long as I get all my stuff done. Yeah. Okay, so I've just finished a good bit of work, a couple of hours, getting things up and running, which is cool. And I just thought I would show you my hilarious setup at the moment. Okay, so at the moment, this is where I'm at because we just moved here and we don't really want to go and spend a load of money on an awesome setup. The desk and everything was already here, same with the TV. So we've actually I use the Mac Mini M2, which is my partner's, for editing. I'll just pull the desk back and use the TV. And then I'm actually just using my iPad as either sidecar or second screen, depending on what I'm doing. Peacock actually put me onto using the iPad as the screen for the simulator when I'm doing React Native work, which is a great idea. Yeah, this is where we're at the moment. And you know what? I'm quite productive with it because I don't have as many distractions. I put a podcast on, listening to Darknet Diary at the moment on the iPad, or I watch some, YouTube, long form stuff on there as well. But just working on a laptop in the screen is just gets you in and you just stick into it. Real minimal distraction. Yeah, in terms of computer, I'm just using the MacBook Air M1. If anyone's looking for like real budget, say budget depending on where you're at obviously, but I think I picked this up for just under £1,000, and that was like a year ago now as well, so it's probably dropped even more if it's still available. 16 gigs of memory, and yeah, it just flies for everything. The only thing it's not great on is editing, but for web development work, it's absolutely spot on. For even with React Native running the simulator, it can get a bit hot and slow down a little bit sometimes, but that's only if I've got loads running on it. So it's doing well. Yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna do some stretching because I sit down a lot and I have had issues with my legs in the past, so I had to stop running, which is really annoying, so I'm trying to get back up to that now. But it takes time, and because I don't move a lot in the day, sat on my screen, I try and get out and about. Normally I go to a coffee shop at just after lunch and go and work for a bit. Or I sometimes go to the WeWork down the road because that's really good, but I don't know what I'm going to do today yet. We will see, but I'll check in with you in a bit. Yeah, just had lunch. I like to take like a good hour and just stretch out, have a cup of tea, obviously, and yeah, look at the mountains and stuff. I normally go on a walk, but I want to get this work done first, I think, and then maybe go out or find somewhere to do some like my own coding work and stuff. Yeah, it's a pretty chilled day. I think it's going to be a fairly realistic day in life. I'm not going to sugarcoat it as it is. So I have just finished reading my book, having a break, getting some fresh air on the other roof, which is nice. I'm gonna go work on some other bits now for my own app that I'm doing, and also get outside for a bit, go for a walk. We might be going to the gym now, so maybe just a chill evening, finish some work off, and then been a good day, got loads done. Got loads of client work done as well, which is good. Just not that eventful. So I was gonna jump into some more coding work for my project spots I'm working on, but I think I'm gonna do that later. I think one of the things that I always put off doing but need to do is there's a kind of a lot of admin with freelance work. I actually feel like you do 30–40% of the time you're doing your job, and then the rest of the time you're looking for clients. But depending on like how quiet it is, you can end up, working 20% of the time, and 80% you're doing, outreach for clients, or working in other areas, creating videos or content and things like that. And then also admin, sorting invoices, taxes, accounts, all of those sorts of things. So I actually kind of neglected that for the last week or so. So I'm going to catch up on some admin work, replied to some emails, quite a few emails to respond to from clients, and also some LinkedIn messages as well, which is always nice, I guess. We're going to get into that for a bit, and then we'll get back on some code. Cool, so I've just done some admin work, got some bits done. Nothing crazy, pretty boring if I'm honest, but new cool thing, which I've been working on. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I've been working on this iOS app called Spots, and it's essentially a travel companion. And you can create travel guides with it. You can automatically save locations. So if you found like a really cool hiking spot or a food truck or restaurant, something like that, you can go in and just save your spot like this. But what I've actually done now, it's not too far off being ready really. So we've got this collections tab that shows all of the spots. We're gonna have filters up here for different collections, and collections will have sort of like multiple spots. So what I've actually done now is created the spots, and these images are being pulled from Supabase, which I'm using at the back end. And what we can now do is we can go in here, select the image, and that is then automatically saved in to our Supabase backend. We can see just down here. And I've also created a map view, which this is just test data. I'm not in San Francisco, but it brings up the map, shows you where you are, and then you can get directions to it and other things like that. So yeah, making some good progress on it, getting the back end and front end working in peaceful harmony, which is what we want. But I've also, so I've written this React Native, and currently my back end is just an Express node basic server, which does the transcription. So one thing I didn't show was one of the main features really, I probably should have shown it, but you press the button and it will be a home screen widget as well, and it will automatically record your voice, and it will generate a title, description, and tags based on that voice note, essentially. So that's currently written in TypeScript, Node, and Express, but I am toying with the idea of rebuilding it in Go, because it's going to be it's going to have to queue a lot of requests, hopefully, if people are using the app. But I watched a really interesting video, I think it was Web Dev Cody, and I'll link it if I remember, discussing sort of the memory usage and the base memory usage of JavaScript. Like the core JS files are pretty, it's kind of just eat memory on idle when you're not got much going on as well. And I've been meaning to, and toying with Go for a while and meaning to learn more about it, and I think it'd be a really good project. It's not a crazy back-end service because Supabase is doing all of the storing and everything else as well. This is purely for the transcription endpoint. It needs concurrency, it needs to be async, and needs to be fairly quick and lightweight as well, because I mean it's just doing, I'm using OpenAI Whisper to pass all of the transcription through. So all it really needs to do is some filing, coding, and management and queue as well. And I don't know, I just want to try it out. I do like JavaScript and TypeScript, and it's my main thing at the moment, but I'm trying to branch out a bit and brush up on my back end skills and expand in that. So yeah, just food for thought, but yeah, thought I'd share the progress. Gonna do some more work on that and then head out for a bit, I think. See you in a bit. Yo, what is up? So I actually ended up not filming much yesterday evening. Got into some work, Lani got home, and we were both just shattered, to be honest. We've had a pretty mad couple of weeks, busy with work and life and just exploring. So yeah, it's kind of the reality of it. I just didn't want to film anything else. So did a bit of work, so I thought I'd pick this up back again today. I'm gonna focus on getting some of these tickets done for this client, and then I am free to do whatever I like. So for me, that normally looks like getting on and doing some work on my app that I'm building, some outreach for clients, and also doing some writing for my website, Isla, and reaching out to people to interview for that as well. So yeah, I think I'll just do another rundown of what a day looks like. And I think it would be interesting to show sort of what it looks like juggling like work, side projects, other business ventures and things like that. So yeah, let's see how it goes. So I've just done 2-3 hours of client work. Actually had a bit more to do, but all finished now. So I'm gonna go head out to a coffee shop for a bit and work on my project, Spots, which is the app, it's your kind of pocket travel companion, and it's React Native, which I hadn't really used before until starting this project. So lots of learning going on there. Probably my favourite ever headphones. I've had these for years, not this pair, but these pairs of headphones. Can you go wrong? Probably, but I think they're great. Probably on the phone, but cameras as well, you can get bigger ones, but this camera clamp was like $20 Canadian off Amazon, I think. Super cheap, and it's so good. You just clamp it onto anywhere and get some like cool angles and shots. Just super handy. Definitely gonna need a bigger one for when I start using my camera, but I'll take it now. Okay, so me being the numpty that I am, I forgot to turn on my microphone, and this was the key point of the video. So I'll give you a quick summary. I was essentially saying that I got back from the coffee shop, made a load of work, made a load of progress on the Spots app, which is really cool, and refactored a lot of it. I really like getting out and about because sometimes working from home and on your own you can get a bit of cabin fever, and I guess it can be a little bit lonely sometimes. You don't really have like work colleagues with you and have that kind of thing. But yeah, that's the main point of it, and I will see you next time. I just wanted to end this with a few thoughts. I think freelancing is great, running your own business, being an entrepreneur, but sometimes it can feel like you're swimming against the tide, and sometimes it can be lonely. But for me, it's perfect, especially with the current job market. I think you gain so much experience, not just in work and in your skill set, but in life as well, and it really puts you out of your comfort zone. I also wanted to end with this quote from Milton Glaser. You feel differently towards the world when you make things. And I think this is so true. It really takes a lot to put yourself out there and go away and create something and share it with the world and the people around you. It can be pretty terrifying. So go support your friends, go support the people who make things, and just keep being you. Thanks for watching.